Around the world, some people are born with features and conditions so rare that they redefine everything we know about human biology. From people who live with permanent medical frames to couples proving that love defies every law, these are not just medical oddities, but reminders of human diversity. In this video, we will look at the 15 weirdest people that will blow your mind. So, let's kick off this journey with number 15. Sebastian Quinn. Sebastian from Pennsylvania was born with epidermodysplasia verruciformis. It's a rare genetic condition that causes wart-like growths to form on the skin. The condition has taken a heavy toll on his confidence and life. "I used to love swimming," he said, "but eventually I couldn't take the stares, the whispers, being called a monster." He began avoiding pools, beaches, and crowded places completely. The fear of being judged kept him isolated. But today marks a turning point. For the first time in decades, Sebastian is going public with his bare feet. He's nervous, but hopeful. "Maybe it's a small thing," he said, "but for me, it's everything." He's not expecting instant confidence, but he's ready to reclaim space in the world. His condition may be visible, but he refuses to let it make him invisible. What started as shame is slowly becoming courage. And with every step forward, Sebastian is learning how to stand in his skin without apology. Number 14. Christine. As a kid, Christine would do anything to avoid being seen. Born with neurofibromatosis, which causes tumors to form along nerves, she grew up feeling like her face made her a target. Kids mocked her, and strangers stared. She learned to hide before she learned to speak up. But at 30, things changed. Christine began to unlearn the shame that had followed her for years. Living in Massachusetts, she found courage through community and TikTok. Her first video wasn't polished, it was real. And that's what made it unique. Instead of dodging questions, she leaned into them. "People ask what happened to my face," she says. "I tell them, beauty." Her voice is calm, steady, and without apology. Christine no longer sees surgery as necessary. She's found something more lasting than altered features: self-acceptance. Her posts aren't about perfection, they're about visibility. And for the first time in her life, she's not hiding, she's leading. Number 13. Chris. Chris is 22 and lives with Mobius syndrome, a rare neurological condition that prevents him from forming facial expressions or moving his eyes side to side. As a kid, he was mocked relentlessly. "They used to call me Fish Boy," he shared. "Anything cruel they could think of." When he learned about a $300,000 surgery that could help create a functional smile, he made a plan. Chris built an online marketing business from scratch and now earns $50,000 a month, with half of that going into savings toward his goal. "I might not be smiling," he joked, "but when I refresh my dashboard, I definitely am." Despite the trolls and judgment, Chris has gained confidence through telling his story and building his own path. His family couldn't be prouder. His success isn't just about money, it's about control, self-worth, and not letting anyone else define what his life should look like. He may not smile outwardly, but inwardly, he's beaming. Number 12. Taylor Dobley. Taylor from Australia has spent over $45,000 covering nearly 90% of her body in tattoos. She got her first ink the moment she turned 18, a ram and deer on her thigh, and quickly fell in love with the process. At one point, she was getting tattooed once or twice a week. All of her work was done by the same artist, Joshua Westwick, and the only untouched areas are her face, palms, and soles. While people used to admire her looks, things shifted after she became a mother in 2021. Now, with her daughter Eula and partner Yui, she often faces judgment from strangers who assume she's reckless or irresponsible. "People treat us like criminals," she said. "They think I can't be a good parent because of how I look." But Taylor doesn't regret a thing. Her tattoos are part of her story, and she wears them with pride. She's not hiding, and she never will. Number 11. Marisol. Marisol grew up in a conservative religious household where image, behavior, and modesty were tightly controlled. For years, she followed every rule, until a yoga retreat in India shifted something inside her. As a nutritionist, she knew how to nourish her body, but emotionally, something felt missing. That inner disconnect pushed her toward transformation. What started with breast augmentation soon expanded to include chin and lip fillers, Botox, facials, and lash extensions, eventually totaling over $50,000 in procedures. But for Marisol, this wasn't about chasing perfection. It was about reclaiming ownership over a body she'd never felt connected to. And with that physical transformation came something deeper, a change in her mindset, her energy, and her relationships. She became more confident, open, and unapologetically herself. Today, she creates adult content and earns tens of thousands monthly. But more importantly, she feels seen by herself. For the first time, she stopped editing herself to fit someone else's rules. Number 10. Mayfair and Winston Clements. Winston and Mayfair are reshaping how people see interabled relationships by simply sharing how they live. Winston has osteogenesis imperfecta, often called brittle bone disease. Together with Mayfair, he's raising their daughter Malika, now 3. When Mayfair became pregnant, strangers online accused her of cheating or using IVF. "People asked if she was even my child," Winston said. Mayfair didn't flinch. "We're just a regular family," she replied. The couple moved from London to the US and began vlogging their everyday life. Parenting, routines, laughter, and all the small, messy moments. They're not pushing a message, they're just being real. Winston encourages independence in their daughter, even when others think he shouldn't. Their openness has drawn criticism, but it's also drawn connections. Viewers who've never seen families like theirs now feel seen. As they prepare to welcome another child, Mayfair says it best. "We're just people doing the best we can, and they're doing it with honesty and heart." Number 9. Isabella. This 28-year-old woman was born with a rare craniofacial cleft that caused her upper lip to connect to her eye. She's undergone 23 surgeries since childhood to reshape her face, each one leaving new scars behind. For years, those scars made her feel like a target. Kids mocked her, strangers stared. People said she looked scary. She hated mirrors. She wanted to disappear, but somewhere along the line, something shifted. Isabella stopped trying to be invisible. She started seeing her reflection not as broken, but as honest. "This is my face," she says, "and I've earned every part of it." Today, she's far beyond acceptance. She shares her story online, not for attention, but to remind others they aren't alone. The scars that once brought her shame now remind her of her strength. She's not chasing perfection. She's living her truth, and it shows in every word, every photo, and every moment she decides to be fully seen. Number 8. Carrie Velasquez. Well, before she even arrived, doctors told Carrie's family in Ponce that she had osteogenesis imperfecta, a rare condition that causes bones to fracture easily. Now 29, Carrie moves carefully, but she doesn't live cautiously. She's a self-taught makeup artist who uses bold colors and detail to create magic, starting first on herself, then on anyone willing to let her experiment. Her go-to look? Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Dramatic, fearless, unforgettable. Online trolls mock her wheelchair and appearance, but Carrie fires back with shimmer and lashes. "We don't need pity," she says. "We need visibility." Her work isn't just beauty, it's activism. Her signature logo, a mermaid, reflects the duality she lives. Limited in movement, limitless in spirit. One day, she hopes to teach other girls in wheelchairs how makeup can become power. "If you love yourself," she says, "you stop hiding from the mirror. You turn it into your spotlight." Carrie is truly amazing. Number 7. Abraão Neves. Abraão Neves, 28, from Carreiro da Várzea, was born with an arteriovenous malformation, a tangled cluster of blood vessels that formed a large mass on his face. For years, the condition caused spontaneous bleeding and brought daily fear. "Some days I'd look in the mirror and not recognize myself," he said. People stared. Some recoiled. He was once misdiagnosed, delaying treatment for years. Eventually, he made it to São Paulo, where doctors performed 6 surgeries. More procedures are needed, but the risks weigh heavily. In the meantime, Abraão's found comfort in music. It's where he feels most free, most human. He's currently fundraising to cover the next round of operations, unsure of what's ahead but hopeful. His face may carry pain, but his voice carries something stronger, passion. He knows his journey isn't over, but through the rhythm of his songs, he's telling the world he's more than his condition. All right, now, let's move to number 6. Mariam and Mia. Mariam and Mia are identical twins born with a severe form of osteogenesis imperfecta, commonly called brittle bone disease. When they entered the world, their bodies were already covered in fractures from shoulder to leg. Doctors warned their parents, Rayan and Mohammed, to prepare for loss. "We almost lost them twice," Rayan said. But with time, NICU care, and specialists by their side, the girls slowly pulled through. Metal rods were placed in their limbs, and regular infusions helped strengthen their fragile bones. Now, at just 5 years old, they can sit up, roll over, and eat independently. Milestones once thought impossible. Their parents enrolled them in every therapy they could find, from speech to aqua sessions. Doctors have seen a 50% boost in their bone density, something even they didn't expect. With their younger brother Yusuf, the family now looks ahead with hope. "Our story began with fear," Rayan says, "but every day since has been proof that miracles can grow." What do you think about them? Number 5. Sophia Weaver. Sophia Weaver was born into the world facing an overwhelming list of medical complications: craniofacial abnormalities, limb differences, type 1 diabetes, and Rett syndrome, a neurological condition that impacts movement and communication. Doctors in North Carolina described her case as the rarest of the rare. Globally, only 2 other families had reported something similar. But Sophia was more than her diagnosis. She loved music, painting, and spending time with her siblings. Her mother became a fearless advocate for children with complex medical needs, using their story to push for change. Sophia needed constant care, over 25 surgeries, daily therapies, and full-time support. Yet she smiled, she danced, she lit up rooms. In 2019, she passed away at age 10, surrounded by love. Her mom shared her grief publicly, but turned that pain into purpose, fighting for healthcare reform, awareness, and dignity. Sophia's life may have been brief, but her impact is lasting. Her story changed policies, opened minds, and gave voice to the unheard. All right, now, let's move to number 4, Alex Lee. Alex was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis, a rare genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow across the skin. It began with small bumps on her stomach and chest during middle school, but soon spread across her entire body. For years, she wore long sleeves and high collars, not out of fashion, but fear. "I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable," she said. The looks, the whispers, the ignorant questions, especially about whether she was contagious, pushed her deeper into hiding. But with steady support from her partner, Anthony, things started to shift. "I still have tough days," she admitted, "but I'm tired of shrinking myself." Her turning point? A beach day, bikini on, skin exposed, sun on her back. For the first time, she felt light. It wasn't about flaunting, it was about being free. Alex now shares her story to encourage others to stop waiting for perfect and start living real. Visibility doesn't need permission, it just needs courage. Number 3. Millie Anna Worthy. Millie Anna, born in South Carolina, arrived with a snow-white streak at the front of her hairline, an exact match to her mother, Brianna. But this wasn't a coincidence. That same white patch has been passed down for at least 4 generations. It's called poliosis, a genetic trait where pigment disappears in a single area, turning the hair stark white. As a child, Brianna struggled with stares and questions, but over time, she embraced the streak as part of her identity. When her daughter was born with the same mark, she didn't hesitate. She called it beautiful. Strangers still ask about it, but instead of hiding or explaining it away, Brianna uses those moments to teach Millie Anna confidence. Doctors say the condition is harmless. It doesn't affect health, just color. But what it represents goes deeper. It's more than a strand of white hair. It's a family legacy, a reminder that standing out isn't something to fix. It's something to celebrate. Number 2, Aliazia. This unique dancer from Louisville was born with cystic hygroma, a rare condition that causes fluid-filled cysts to form, often in the neck and face. At birth, doctors rushed to operate just so he could breathe. Ever since, he's lived with a tracheostomy to help manage his airway. The swelling still returns every few months, often landing him in the hospital. As a kid, cruel names like Mr. Potato Head and Quagmire hit hard. But when he dances, it all fades. "I forget everything when I move," he said. After losing both parents by 2020, grief nearly swallowed him, until he found purpose performing on Louisville's Big 4 Bridge. There, dancing turned pain into presence. Crowds formed, videos spread. But it was never about being viral. "I don't dance for views," he said. "I dance because it's the only time I feel completely free." In movement, he found himself. And that freedom? It speaks louder than any insult ever did. Number 1, Stephanie. She is 1 in 50 million. Stephanie has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, a condition that almost exclusively affects boys. Diagnosed at age 3, doctors told her mother she wouldn't make it past 7. Not only did she survive, she's still going strong at 27. When her spine twisted into an S, doctors installed a halo, a ring held in place by 15 screws drilled into her skull, to help reduce pressure on her lungs. Surgery wasn't an option. The halo stayed. At first, it brought stares, whispers, and even cruelty, but Stephanie learned to carry it like armor. "I used to be afraid of judgment," she says. "Now it reminds me of how far I've come." Her walker gives her freedom. Her halo gives her strength. Through content creation, she's now uplifting others with disabilities. "You don't get to define my life," she says. "Bad days happen, but that doesn't make it a bad life." She's living proof of resilience, visible and unshaken. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you very soon.